live over here. Hi, Sandra. Let's see. All right, we get some more people coming in. There we go. All right, so I think we're live on YouTube.
Kier?
There we go.
Wow. Oh my God, Kier.
Hi, Liora. How are you?
Hi, can I see you? Let me see you.
Where's the thingy?
Lower left.
Oh, is that it?
No offense to anybody else. I just.
Right, so I think we're live on YouTube. Oh, now I can hear myself too. Okay. Let me see. It's not showing me.
How are you?
Turn
I
off.
can see part of you. Where are you? Are you at work?
I'm at work.
There you go. Oh my God, I miss you, sweetheart.
I miss you too.
Hi, I miss you too. I want to be on.
I know, actually, man, I do miss you. I think about you so often, darling. I can't even begin to tell you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. So I don't know what's going on now. Let's see, back out of here. Oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. All right. All right, good. So I think we're going on YouTube. Hi, Kier. Now I can see you.
Hi, Sandra Kay. Hi, Jennifer Watry.
Yeah.
Victoria Collins. Somebody with iPad.
Somebody's iPad is here.
Somebody's iPad is here. Hi, iPad.
playing away whilst while the owner is in the bathroom or something. Yeah. Okay, good. So welcome everyone. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Thank you so much for coming to join our Bliss Life Global Healing today. We've got, let's see if I can get this to work. There we go. So today we have a beautiful special guest, somebody that I met a year ago when I did my first one of these after many years. I've did them many years ago. And we just hit it off. I love her energy. You're going to love it. It's going to be vibrant. It's going to be interactive. It's going to be a blast. So let's come present. Let's get really into being here because there's going to be so much to absorb. And lucky all of us, we've got recording. So hi over there on YouTube. I hope everybody's doing great. And welcome Akasha here from nanakasha.com. And if you follow my YouTube, then you'll get a notification when I go live. So you'll see that we went live and be like, oh, that's right. They're at a different time today. Or if you get notifications or whenever we put up a video. So we're almost at the end of our amazing series. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we kicked it off with our celebration and our crystal bowl readings and just have had an epic time. I think every single guest has given us a profound healing, deep insights, shifts galore in awakening our intuition and our intuitive gifts. And so today our guest had a death in the family. And so the beautiful Liora has agreed to come and play with us. So we're going to talk about, this was a title that doesn't really give you the depth of what we're going to be doing, but you'll get it in a minute. Awakening as a Birthright. Tomorrow you're going to get an interview with Jennifer Longmore, who has an Akashic Record School, and she takes you on a journey into the Akashic Records. Sunday, you're going to get a part of a new little mini course. I don't know if I'd call it a course. It's a meditation and some other goodies that go with it. And you're going to get part of that. And it's called Awakening to Your 360 Senses. Because yes, you have a lot of senses. You have no idea what they are. And just don't do it all at once. Okay. In divine timing, what's optimal for me at this time? Let's do that. And then Monday, we're going to have live intuitive readings. So I hope you'll join me here for that. So now let's get to our fabulous special guest. So Liora Brunn, hopefully I'll say that correctly. Whoops. You're jumping ahead to the goodies. So I don't know what these things are. She's an MA and a CM. Very important.
I have my master's degree.
Sorry. Yeah.
CM just means that somebody threw holy water on me and I'm a minister.
Oh, that's right. Minister, right? Okay. And she's the founder of Zoetic Workshops and Wellness Center. So this is what I love about her. She is both highly spiritual and highly practical. And I love that so much. And she seamlessly brings together a combination of ancient teachings wrapped in new and unique ways for today's world. And today's world, woo, what is that? Different every day, right?
It's definitely new.
It's definitely new. Liora combines guided meditations and other life-altering techniques in an environment of personal freedom and emotional safeness, enhancing spiritual transformation to be utilized in practical everyday life. As a
Otherwise,
coach,
what's the point?
Right, exactly.
Right?
I remember having that moment. I was on my spiritual path and I'm learning my meditation and I'm going to this group and I realized nobody was applying it to their life. They were keeping their spiritual life separate from that. And that's when I went, okay, this isn't working for me. I got to figure this one out. So she's a life coach, a Reiki master and teacher, a master teacher of the new paradigm multidimensional transformation, NLP, iiYoga, Kundalini Reiki master healer. And she channeled the curriculum for her Zoetic Workshops. And she's a teacher of sterling reputation and has year-round speaking engagements. Her classes gently bring balance and harmony into people's hearts, minds, bodies, and souls. So this is our beautiful guest. And her free gift, which you will have all the information on your page and in your email of how to get this. She's giving you, whether you'd like, a 20% off of a Zoetic meditation or off of Bridges to Freedom, which I'm sure is over there. So this was something that Liora and I got together. We chatted in the midst of all the busy life. And this was kind of what came through to her. So I'm going to read this before we dive in with Liora so you can all start to get tuned in. So let's take a deep breath in. And bring in exactly the energies that you are most craving, you are most thirsty for. Just feel like it's saturating your body, soaking down into each cell. And when you're ready, let that breath go real slow and just feel like it's melting down, bringing you into this moment. We enter this sacred space in reverence, presence, and love. We give great thanks to this infinity healing chamber of light and to this beautiful space for awakening intuitive gifts, for gathering together wisdom and knowledge. And we ask that everyone here is allowed and freed and assisted and lifted up to let go, to free themselves, to awaken, and to realize that it is their birthright, that they are ready to be here, to be whole, to accept who they are, that they can do it, that they have the strength, that they have the support. And here and now, just say in your heart, I'm ready and willing, and I am open and receptive to align with my highest good and that which is optimal for me at this time. I am a clear and open channel and an excellent receiver. And just, you might take another breath, but relax, feel yourself really letting go, come into the moment. So this is a sacred space, and I do a lot of work, and I've been working with people all day and doing angel messages. And so we have all kinds of really fabulous energy here already, but I always clear myself and build the space. And so know that it's a safe space. It is a protected space. It is full of possibilities. We're at infinity. There's energies and beings and angels that are here to support you and help you in whatever it is that you most need right now. Might not be something you have any clue about. So when we think about awakening and we think about having clearer communication with our higher self, or understanding what our body is saying, or understanding our purpose more, or whatever it is that is the current thing that you're focusing on, really knowing that you want to shift in your life, if it's a birthright, it's already a part of you. It's already present. So Liora wrote this for us. You are born with qualities of being that are as natural to you as breathing in and breathing out. Without thinking, because it is a birthright, you are innately love. You are curious. You are compassion. In reality, you are many facets of the flow, being the extraordinary. And just like being love is a birthright, so too is being intuitive. You are already connected to all that is because you were born that way. Join us and awaken to the birthright that is already yours, being intuitive. All right. So welcome, Liora. Thank you so much for being here, fitting us in and playing again and sharing this beautiful message. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself in whatever way you would like. And you started talking about this part of being part of the universe, this Ayurvedic thing you're doing, and you're separate and you're yourself. And it just started, all the juices started flowing. I was drooling.
So Zoetic Workshops is a curriculum, of course. I'm going to do that and then talk about Bridges to Freedom, because you had a question about that as well. So there are 5 levels to the Zoetic curriculum, and the 5th one is called Ascension. Kier has done up through 4 because 5 was not available at the time. And I have a request. If the people who are on here, I don't know if it's too hard for you where you are, but if it's possible for me to see you and hear you, I love and actually prefer, if it's possible, to do classes where I can see you and you have your mute off, so that it's really more like an interactive class and less like Zoom. I'm kind of, Zoom protocol, whatever. I would rather actually be with you to the best of our ability if we can. So that's my request for the people whose faces I cannot see and who are currently muted. If you can. So the curriculum, as I said, has 5 courses. The 5th one we actually haven't done in public yet. It has been done. It's been done over years of training with the leadership team. And given the circumstances with COVID, what we were able to do is get the 1st level course. Thank you so much. And iPad, what is your name?
My name is Kirk.
Kirk?
Kirk, K-I-R-K.
Okay, hi, Kirk.
Nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you, and thank you so much for getting yourself where I can actually be with you a little bit better. So we really didn't have the ability with the levels 2, 3, and 4 to get them on Zoom. Level 1 has been on Zoom all year. We do it once a month by Zoom. We're actually about to do our first live class in over a year in July, live as in person. But we couldn't effectively do the others. And in that time frame, what I was able to do was take a small piece of this 5th level course, Ascension, which was being written and is basically written at this point, and make it into a 9-session seminar. So it's once a month, 2 hours a month. And these are 9 what have been called Bridges to Freedom. It's 9 of the 12 identified Bridges to Freedom. And by Bridges to Freedom, it's like this. We all have pieces of life that happen where we get upset, resigned, resentful, angry, sad, hurt, whatever, all kinds of ways that we have of what I call not love. And when we're in a state of not love, sometimes it can get a little hard to get back to being who we really innately are as love. These bridges, each one of them being trainable, like incredibly trainable. And these are gratitude, compassion, forgiveness, being in love, falling in love with yourself, curiosity, grace, ego as a blessing, things like that. So there are 9 of them. Once they're trained, once you have the training with it, what you also have is like an instant, as soon as you or I are not love, it's like reaching back into this quiver and pulling out any random arrow of these bridges, and you're immediately back in the state of love. It's very, very cool bunch of work. So that's this 9-session seminar, Bridges to Freedom, to answer that piece of it. Okay. And I think that's all I really feel like doing right now in terms of what I do. I can say this, Zoetic Workshops has been around for over 20 years. I used to teach in the mid-'80s. I quit. People were turning me into a guru, and I knew that was wrong, but I didn't have the wherewithal back then to get people to see that the guru is within you. Yeah. So I quit until somebody gently and lovingly crowbarred me out of the closet a few years later. So, started teaching anew in July 2000 and haven't stopped since. So that's me. Can tell you I'm a single mom, 5 kids. I am in a relationship with, oh my God, the man of my dreams. And I can't even,
Yay.
yeah, very much yay. He's really just an extraordinary human being. So I think that's, anything else anybody wants to know about me, you're welcome to ask. My kids, I started very old. I'm an older mom. So my kids range from age 17 to 24. Okay. And I am 67. So if you want to do the math, I had my first child when I was 42. And I had my last, which were actually twins, when I was 49. Okay, so with that little jaw dropper out of the way.
I know, right? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It used to happen.
Everyone
But,
needs my hairs, right?
yeah. Not that often. So, well, let's dive into the ideas that were in this beautiful thing that you wrote, like the idea that, you're born with being intuitive. And so instead of something you have to achieve or strive for, or get frustrated that you don't have, or feel jealous when you hear other people's results in the meditation, these are all the things that have come up.
It's going to be coming up in a way. And so I said, so with all that said, let's dive in. And then you just said that. So thank you. The place where I'd like you to look is this. I'm going to take this and bridge it a couple of different ways. Has anybody here not seen a newborn baby? Okay, so I'll take it then that everybody here has seen a newborn baby.
Yes.
Okay. Great. All right. And then when you look into the eyes of a newborn baby, it's like everything disappears. There's this blank space. It's sort of the feeling of like looking into the eyes of God in a way. It's pure love. There is no thought like, what do I need to do to be good enough for this baby? This baby loves me automatically, right? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. And the baby's in the same position. The baby isn't thinking, okay, what do I need to do to be worthy of love? No, the baby's just hanging out. The baby's just a blob hanging out in space right there. Maybe moving a little bit, not just a blob. The baby isn't thinking, what's the right way to say this? What's the right way to do this? The baby isn't thinking anything along the lines of, what can I do to be worthy of love now? Or am I worth being loved? Or how do I prove myself? The baby isn't doing any of that. It's just loving and being loved. And it's being loved, just being there. You were once that baby. That was you. And it still is. You are that love. You were born that way. You weren't born some other way. I've never seen a baby who isn't that. And I've seen a lot of babies. So you were once that baby. You were born with that birthright. But we're born with at least a dozen birthrights that have been identified through this work so far. Another one, as an example, is compassion. Even if you had like the most rotten mother on the planet, and some people have had some pretty rotten mothers, at the very beginning, we just love our mothers. You loved your mother. I love my mother. There wasn't any question about it. And if my mother or your mother was hurting, you would want to do whatever you could to make your mother feel better. Now, that could have been a great training in your life. It could have been a miserable training in your life, but it's still the way you went. And that word is called compassion. We're actually born as compassion without thinking about it. It's another birthright. And when you're little, when I was little, somebody did something or hurt you or said something, and they went, oh, I'm so sorry. You don't think twice about forgiving. It's not, let me think about that. No, as a little child, it's right away. It's like, of course, and we move on. Forgiveness is a birthright. Is everybody getting this right now? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody struggling against it? Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell with the other people because I'm not actually seeing you yet. And again, thank you for those where I can see your pictures. So intuition is like that. If you go way back, in your mind, in your life, you can actually identify times in your life when you just knew, and you knew that you knew that you knew, without any question about it, without any thought about it, without any trying to get there. You just did know. Have you ever picked up a telephone to call somebody? Your phone didn't ring, their phone didn't ring, but that same person was on the other end of the line?
Yeah.
Anybody ever have that happen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that connection that was already there. We're so connected. We're so connected. Or did you ever have the thought, like you park your car in this place where you've parked it, I don't know, 100 different times before, and you're just going to leave your stuff in the car, but you have this naggy little voice that says, no, lock your car. And you go, I never lock my car. And you don't lock that car, and you come back and sure as shooting, that stuff is off the seat when you get back. You go, I knew I should have locked the car, or something like that.
Yeah.
Everybody can relate to this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You have intuition. This isn't a question, and it isn't anything you have to try very hard to get to. It's something you already not have, but are.
Mm.
You already are connected. You were born connected. It's literally, and when I think about it, at least from where I am right now, it's like a bizarre notion to even think I'm disconnected. And yet, that feeling of disconnect happens so often with so many people, and I will throw myself right into those coals. I happen to be somebody, I'm in a very different place in my life now than I used to be, but I'm kind of hardwired as a shy person. Teaching, not a problem. I will throw myself completely out there. I don't care what you know about my life, because if it's going to make a difference for you, you can have it. It's yours. I really just don't care. But I'm not somebody who does that socially all that well. In fact, I'm pretty socially awkward when it comes down to it.
Mm-hmm.
Way better than I used to be. But I really used to be the person, even as an adult, where I would be in the kitchen doing things in the kitchen, cooking or cleaning up, because it was so much easier to do that than to socialize with people at a party. Or I would help serve food, and I'd be really quick with a joke, because again, and then I'd move on to serve the next person, because that was way easier than just being with people. And yet that is like I said, I'm way better than I used to be. But can anybody here relate to that? Like that disconnect of people? Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Kirk. The thing is, when there is a commitment that is larger, when you or I have a commitment that is larger than the personality proclivities, that commitment takes over. And no matter what that personal bent is, we won't go there because the commitment's bigger. It looms as something more important. It matters more. And then you and I can learn it's actually not, I mean, I might have been a little nervous doing this, but I did it anyway. And God, lo and behold, I survived. Little by little, at least in my experience. And it's not like shy doesn't still come up and bite me in the behind from time to time, because it does. But it's really not that often anymore. And the other thing is I have room to be shy. It used to be like I was shy, and it was like I was embarrassed to be embarrassed.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of those are tripping stones. Those are like blocks to just not just being in the flow, but being the flow itself.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the blocks, these self-imposed, I don't know, are they going to like me? I think I'll be this. I'll be funny rather than be authentic. I'll be cute rather than be authentic. I'll be, I'll be beautiful rather than be authentic. I'll have a great body. I'll be athletic. I used to be an actress, singer, dancer. I was one hot tamale. I'm not so hot anymor.
You look pretty good to me.
Hot, but not like that. I had, long blonde hair, and I danced a lot, and I had like this, oh my God, crazy brick house body with I have an hourglass shape, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I was hot, right? I am not that anymore, let me tell you. 5 kids, 67 years old. I got a lot of squishy places. So I can say, honestly, I can't get by on the stuff that I used to ride on.
Mm.
And then I had somebody, it was an actor friend of mine, who said something to me as he was holding a door open for me one time as we were leaving a building. We'd had a show together and we were leaving. And I just looked up and said, I have to look up to everybody. I'm only 5'1". So I looked up at him and said, thank you. And he looked down at me and said, you know what? And I said, what? He said, you're really amazingly cute. I said, oh, well, thank you. He said, when you're not trying to be cute.
Yeah.
Amazing lesson.
Yeah.
The next piece I want to talk about, because there's all this trying that we do. We try so hard to be the ways that we think are socially acceptable, or at the very least we can get by on them. And we'll get by, and people, at least people won't hate us, right? In a kind of desperate seeking to be loved, because it's really fundamental to all of us, given that's who we are. You all we ever want is to love and be loved.
Mm-hmm.
So all that stuff that we try actually gets in our way. And it doesn't just get in the way of that love piece, it gets in the way of actually not honestly being connected, because we can't not be connected, but it's actually experiencing the connection itself. When I do readings on people, and I don't necessarily mean to, I read people all, but Kiara's been around this, where I just will start, stuff comes out of my mouth. It's like, I don't even know this person. And at some point I go, oh my God, that was kind of intrusive. I'm so sorry. And they go, no, it's really okay. But occasionally I'll have somebody say, how did you do that? And I only have one answer. It's because I love you.
Mm-hmm.
And I only get one answer back, a rather surprised, but very real, I love you too. That's the bridge that is intuition. That is the bridge of being the connectedness that you and I already are. And then we have all the stuff that we put in the way of actually just being what it is that we already are.
Yeah, trying to build something that's already there, looking and focusing so hard on this and not realizing what's there.
It's just already there. There's nothing to build.
Mm-hmm.
It really is just already innately who we are. So then we have these other pieces. It's not only what can I do to make you love me now? It's the, and that worthiness piece of it. But there's I want to be able to do a reading, even when it's genuinely other person oriented. When I would like to be able to do a reading because I believe this will serve you if I can do this. I'd like to have this intuitive connection because I can see you need healing. And if I could just intuitively connect to you and your body, I could help channel through this healing energy that could come through for you. This is a really nasty piece of it, and I'm so sorry, but I'm going to do it anyway. That's ego, baby.
Yeah.
That is ego, 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 ego. And here's the deal. We have been raised with language, and language is three-dimensional.
Yeah.
Every single word has a definition. Definition, definito, of the finite. 3 dimensions. It means it has form and it has function. All words have form and function. And all words are 3-dimensional. And as that, it's not a bad thing, but it's limiting.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. We have 0 to have 1. We have 1 to have 2. We have 2 to have 3. It's all incorporated. We got to have those 3 dimensions to have 4 dimensions or 9 dimensions or 44 or 27 or 36 or wherever you're hanging out in the ethers of the all that is, that all that is all. Still need 3. Can't get to beyond 3 without 3 being part of it.
Yeah.
3 is important. Just like 2 is important to have 3. So Does everybody get that piece? Does that make sense? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. So we're not leaving 3 dimensions behind. It's incorporated, it's included. Well, here's the thing. We've got this thing called ego. And ego is in it for one thing only. What's the purpose of ego, everybody? Anybody?
Don't have a clue.
I didn't hear that. Say it again, please.
I do not have a clue.
You do not have a clue. Okay. Here,
That is why I am here.
you are here. Here, you were doing this. What is that?
Identity.
Identity?
Self for itself.
Say again?
Only for itself.
Only for itself. Exactly. Ego is in it exactly that.
So
It has one purpose only, its own survival. That's it. It does not care about you. It doesn't care about anything other than itself and its own survival. And it is inside 3 dimensions. This is what it's like. I'll do a little dialogue. This is like what it sounds like in our heads, okay? Okay, we're going to do, let's say, ego and you. Now that you get that ego is only in it for itself, let me add another piece to this. So any word after the word is or are becomes an opinion. She is beautiful. Beautiful is an opinion. And you can't have that without having a diametric opposite or a polarity.
yeah.
Okay. You got to have ugly to have beautiful. Okay. He's mean. You can't have that without having he's nice, whether it's the same he or another he. You can't have mean without nice or something like that. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's the same
So,
energy, just
gotta
different
have
degree.
But any word that comes after the word is an opinion. And all opinions, literally every single opinion, comes from ego. There is no opinion that comes from anywhere else. In reality, most of our opinions, almost every single one of our opinions, are inherited from our parents, our siblings, books, friends, cultural advertising,
Yeah.
political
TV.
statements, leaders,
School.
movies. It just goes, I go a very long list.
Yeah.
Teachers of ours, opinions. This is good. That's bad. This is right. That's wrong.
Yeah.
This is better. That's worse. If you feel this, this is a good feeling. If you feel that, that's a bad feeling. If you feel this much, that's enough feeling. Don't feel too much feeling, or that's not enough feeling. It's like,
Don't be too happy. Don't be too anything.
right.
It was always, you're too happy, you're too trusting, you're too spontaneous, it just went on and on and on.
Yeah, you're asking too many questions. Curiosity. is another
Yeah.
word, by the way.
And then you shut down, and then later you want to speak up
But I
again.
want to know.
Yeah, you're here. If you're two, then you're here to be two, right? You're here to be two. Yeah. I had a little ceremony where I just finally accepted, okay, I'm two, I'm two this and two that, and there's a reason. So good.
Absolutely. So everything around that opinion lives in ego. All of it. It doesn't live anywhere else. And it's in language, which is 3-dimensional. So we'll just take the enlightened you. Okay, I get it. Everything after the word is or are is an opinion. And that comes from my ego. I'm going to beat this thing. It's like ego. Okay. All right. So here we go. Ego talk. I'll do ego and you. Here we go. Ego's going to say, wow, she looks really beautiful. And you're going to say, that's an opinion. I know that's just ego talking. I'll just go with she is. Ego's going to say, she is beautiful. Oh, I got this. She is. Ego goes, okay, I understand that you have learned this lesson, but it's really only in your head. Really.
Yeah.
She is beautiful, don't you think so?
Yeah.
And over here, it's like, yeah, I do. But I know that that's not right. I know that's just ego talking. I'm going to muscle my way into this. I got this. She is. She just is. Ego goes, okay, she is. And there's a beat. And there's quiet. And then there's this little whisper. She really is beautiful, don't you think so? Sound like the way it goes in your head?
Relentless. Relentless.
Relentless. For its own self. Not
Yeah.
for, okay? And when that's happening, the quiet isn't, except that little pause that was in there. The quiet isn't what's there. Okay. And when ego is allowed to be, without going, when it's just part of it all, and three-dimensionality is part of who you are, fully embraced. And the more it's embraced, the more fully it's embraced, the quieter it gets. And the quieter it gets, the more access we have to simply be. And while we're simply being, we're being what we were always being all along anyway. Like being curious, being connected, being love, being forgiveness. That becomes a bizarre notion, like there's really
There's
nothing.
nothing to forgive. Yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah, like what? Don't worry about it. Let's move on. Next. Here, let's do this in the sandbox now. Okay. But be in compassion, like, oh, how can I do for you? Those things that are really innately, natively who we all are. And when I say that, I will tell you, I have had people, I had one man in particular, he's a photographic journalist, and he's seen some pretty rough stuff in life. And he was very, very, very stuck for a long time, as he kept saying, but I have seen evil. I have seen evil. And inside this conversation, it's who's calling it evil? How did that title get there? How did that descriptive get there? You have seen what you've seen, but what's calling it evil?
Yeah.
It was a really long conversation, let me tell you.
Yeah. But it's very powerful when you get to the point where you realize that you choose the meaning. You're the one that chooses the meaning of something. You could be standing next to somebody and they're offended and you're not, or they're shocked or you're thrilled, you know. Everybody, it's we give the meaning to what happens. And the way you're describing it, the way I see it is like a tube torus, if you know, like the energy that goes around, right? And it comes down the center. And that's what we have going through us and planets and everything alive. And to me, it's like when it comes down through the center of us, that's the very, very densest, the center, right? That's the ego and the core that's generating life as a singularity, because it came here to be me. So I need to see things from me to do my purpose, right? But then it goes all the way out to the edges, to the infinite, to the source. And it's the complete opposite of that ego or that density. So to me, it's like what you're saying is accepting that you are the singularity and the all, you know, accepting that there's a reason you need a container. Like I said, identity, you need a container to play in for being here. And then you get to play with this, like you said, separating it and letting stillness be there. So
how this comes around is you had said Ayurvedic earlier. I'm actually not trained in Ayurvedic anything. So I was like, sorry I gave that message, because it's not where I don't have that training. But there is a Sanskrit word, bindu. And Sanskrit is the language of the ancient Ayurvedic teachings. So that may be where the confusion is. Being the Bindu, it's like being a pivot point, and all of us have this. To me, it looks like being a trading post. And it's, a trading post, it's where a lot of traffic happens. It comes in from all kinds of directions and it goes out in all kinds of directions.
Yeah.
So it's coming in from all kinds of directions, really omnidirectionally, as in omnidirectionally, above, below, all over the sides, every direction, omnidirectionally. Okay, like breathing in pure white light omnidirectionally, coming in from everywhere.
Yeah.
And breathing out pure white light. And it doesn't matter if it curves inside of you or goes out the same way or takes a sharp bend, it's just going out omnidirectionally. So breathing it in from everywhere, on top, below, through all the nooks and crannies and crevices, through all the roundnesses, all the really strong places and all the squishy places. It's just breathing pure white light in through all of it from everywhere. And then breathing back out, letting go of whatever's there. Whatever you can identify, the identifier itself is an ego identification. Letting it go out in every which way. Here's the deal. And this is what I was saying to you when you and I were talking before, Nan. He said, I'm not sure what I said then. I'm just going to do it the way it's coming through now. So it's like all that is all that is. It can't be all that is without you.
Yes.
If it's without you, then it's not all that is. It's all that is missing one very important part. That important part, and that's true for everybody. Denise or Amy or Jennifer or Sandra, Kirk, Kier, everybody. If it's without you, it's actually missing something. That's not you who you can be. That's you who you are. You who you are is part of, exactly as you are, all that is. And all that is would be incomplete. It would lack integrity without you giving you as you are into all that is. Flip it around for a moment. Have you ever had this experience where you're bringing in from the universe, like imagining, and I want to do a meditation with this anyway. So just imagine for the moment in your cognitive mind, bringing energy in from everywhere and filling yourself. And I can actually feel you feeling. It's great. There's tingling going on. There's like space between the cells. And it actually feels more expansive inside and quieter. And now have you go out the other way. Everything that is within you going back out, feeding it to the universe, whatever that is that you are, exactly as you are, including all of your opinions and all of your ego, all of your upsets, all of your successes, and all of your failures, all of your broken bits and ragged edges, and all of your greatness. Thus does the universe become more whole. Thus does the universe have greater capacity to feed more to us. And breathe in from the universe. And feel yourself, your own personal individual self, expand even more. And breathe out from exactly as you are, all the way out to everywhereness, and expand where that is, the vastness, the expanse. Even further than where you just were able to imagine, further than that. And now imagine that as everything comes into you, it goes into particles that are smaller than you can identify. Perhaps it's just as infinite going smaller as it is going larger. And that whatever we call God or the universe isn't outside, it's in you. You've gotten as far as identifying smaller than the electron, the quark. Smaller than the quark, the Higgs boson particle. Smaller than that, we now have the lepton. And we know that there's something smaller, but it hasn't been identified yet. Our gauges are limited, but the capacity to go infinitely inwardly, tinier and more minutely, it's a whole other universe within. And then allowing that to go back out again. It's like being a trading post. How's that feeling to everybody?
Yummy.
Deep breath in, deep breath out. Just let yourself sit there. Doing just that one thing. Allowing yourself to be the pivot in all directions. Allowing it to be infinitely outwardly, infinitely inwardly. The individuation is just as important as the universal. That unique personal you. We're not whole without that. All of us. We need you to be us for real. So now awakening, and this is a piece of that was like awakening right there, right? So awakening to what you already are intuitive, you already are awake. You already have this. You were born with this. So here's what we can do. But I do think we're going to need people's faces at this point to do an exercise. Oh, and unmuting. So I apologize to all you people who are feeling better doing this behind whatever, but we actually need you to participate. If that's possible.
Yeah, I know sometimes people are somewhere they can't talk out loud and things like that. So.
Okay, so we're just going to do this then with Kirk and Kier. Have you guys ever met?
No,
Okay.
we have now.
Kirk, Kier, you guys are alliterative. Okay, Kirk,
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to have you guys do an exercise. And it might seem like, oh my God, how did I do that? But it's really, again, native to who we all are. So Kier, can I pick on you first?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. And I'm only doing that because I know her, Kirk.
Denise said I'm here too.
Oh, thank you, Denise. Hi. I love these beautiful colors on your screen. I just wish you.
Pink.
Okay, so and Denise, if you can talk in here, that would be great. But we're gonna do this in pairs. So the thing that I'm gonna have you do is I'm just gonna ask questions first to do the setup. So Kirk, would it be okay with you if Kier, I don't know, just basically quote unquote read you? I don't even like that word. I use the word perceive actually. Would it be okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, beautiful.
I'm fine with it.
Thank you. It's very gracious. Thank you. And then Kier, would it be okay with you if Kirk were perceiving you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we're going to start with Kier. We're going to have you do that. So I don't even care where you start. I don't care how you do this. I don't care if you do it going through chakras or just imprints or whatever there is. Just go ahead and whatever impressions you get on Kirk or from Kirk, just say them out loud, whatever that is. And don't be a bully about it.
Yes.
It's really a joke.
Compassion.
Like the sweetest person.
Compassion.
She's also an artist, amazing crafts artist person. For real. Gifted. Oh, Kirk, I'm going to stop you because I can feel this. You're like, okay, I'm open. Read me. And you don't have to do that.
I'm just here.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
There's no fake. That's all there is. Just like be. Just like hang.
Pick up animals. Animals, nature. It's like a love for the outdoors. Like feet in grass. Kind of like a trail, like through the woods or hiking. See butterflies. This dog that's popping up. A lot of fur. Cooking or baking. Like pies. It's like a lot of people. Like a lot of people just want to be around you, and it's like you share a lot with them, and they're very grateful for it. And it's actually very overwhelming. You just have a lot of people who love you, and they miss you a lot, and they wish they could be in your space more than they are and have been. And it's almost like they kind of come by and as close as they can just to feel what you give off.
Okay, pause, take a breath. Okay, ready to swap?
Okay.
Kirk, ready to swap? We're going to debrief at the end of this.
Okay, so I'm going to do Kira. Okay. I keep seeing a green car. It's an older car and it's in the background. It's just there. But you have some kind of connection, whether it's from grandparents or uncle, but you have some kind of a connection to a green car. You suffered a loss. You like animals too. It's more like exotic animals. I see giraffes and lions and it's a white lion. Wow. That's really special. You're very open, always smiling, and it's a genuine smile. You have a beautiful purple light all around you. It's pulsating like violet, purple, magenta, all of that color. It's just vibrating around you. I keep coming back to the green car.
Okay, pause. Beautiful. Okay. Take a breath. This is without any tricks in here. This is without any like manipulation, like surrounding with white light or anything like that. This is really just being. Okay. So Kirk, how did Kiara do?
Pretty good. She did good. I've recently suffered a devastating loss. My husband died suddenly. So all those people want to be around me and we can't be around each other.
Yeah.
So they're out there and I can sometimes just see them out there going, we're here, we're here, we're here. So that was good. And I do love nature. I do love animals. I do a lot of hiking. So I got that one. But I love that she said everybody's out there and wants to be here because I know that they just can't.
It's amazing. So, Kiara, you want to live with this? There wasn't anything to do except be.
Mm-hmm.
It's to let your ego be. And then in that quiet, what's there is everything. Okay. Kiara, how did Kirk do?
She did really well. Actually, my very first car was a green Sentra, and I called it Yoshi. It was my Mario Kart.
That's it.
I love it.
I'll say absolutely, and yes, I do love animals. I absolutely do. So you are absolutely correct.
I also want to talk about that smile. Even when she
Yeah.
cries, she's smiling.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
I want to know about the white lion.
Oh, yeah.
That was a shock to me. Even I was like, well, that's different.
Keep watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, when you said that, I was like, oh, this is one of her guides.
Oh, one of Kira's guides? Oh, great.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. I don't know how to say your name. Is it Garin? Garin? Garin. Hi, thank you for joining us. Okay, and Denise, you said...
Yeah, I just was able to join now. I didn't find out since the morning I'm waiting, and all of a sudden I just saw it. It's live. So I'm just getting in. I don't know. Happening here.
Welcome.
Power animal. Yeah. So Amy, yeah, you just said the same thing, that you're calling it a power animal, but it's the same idea, guide. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then Garin, you were asking for readings. So Denise, are you able to talk?
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
All right. So let's do this in this order then. Denise and Garin. And
something's weird on my screen. I don't know what happened. Said my video was stopped. I don't know why it's saying that.
Who's that, Denise?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we see a picture of you.
A picture?
I don't know if it's, there's a picture of you.
It's a still picture.
But you should be seeing me right.
No.
You should be seeing me right now. For some reason, it says your video is stopped, and then it says done speaking, like a button. I don't know what happened.
Let me see if I can see anything here more. I'll ask you to start your video, see what happens. I've been on Zoom forever, and now I put all these new things in. Oh, your picture. There you are. Hey, we can see you now.
You can see me because I can't see anything.
Yeah, we can see you and the purple light behind you.
Purple light?
Yeah, I think you have a screen.
At the back.
Oh.
It looks like you have one of those screens.
That's the being picture I took in my crystal bowl, the pink like angel.
Yeah.
It's a picture.
That's what it looks like. It's coming right out of your crown chakra. It's awesome. Perfect.
But
You're ready to do the reading.
I see anything right now. What happened?
Denise, try going to, you should have some like a little square with little squares in it and the word view.
Not seeing that. I log off and log back in. Maybe that'll help.
Sometimes
I could see everybody before. And then
well, maybe you're supposed to do this just like this. Be seen, and you don't need to see our ego faces. Separate from the ego.
Okay. So I'm gonna throw this up here. Garine was asking for reading. We're gonna do this actually. Amy or Denise, which one of you would like to pair with Garine?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you and see you. Would you like to do it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So one of the cool things is, just as Nan was saying, you don't actually, well, I know you can't see Garine, but you don't need to see her to do this.
Okay. My volume went down too. I don't know why.
You're coming in and out of dimensions. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? Like here, like, beam me in, Scotty.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
We could hear you fine before.
Okay. Can you hear me better?
No, we could hear you fine.
Yeah, you're good. Stop procrastinating.
So what
the ego is avoiding.
What do I do? Do I read somebody first or do they read me?
Actually, I think I'm going to have Garine read you first and then we'll swap.
Garine? Okay.
Okay. Garine, you good with that?
I'll try.
Okay. So in this case, I'm going to work with you just a little bit before you start, if that's okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Thanks. Okay, just take a deep breath in and hold that breath. Okay. You've got some trepidation going on, a little nervousness, like you're going to maybe blow it, and just put that into the breath itself. Sniff in a little bit more air and hold that. And that feeling that you've got like around your heart, put that into your breath. Let all that go. Just let it go. Good girl. Well done. Okay, do that again. You're better. You might do this 1 or 2 more times. Breathe in and just hold your breath. You've got some creepy crawlies hanging out by your shoulder blades. Go ahead and put that into your breath. And your shoulders. Sniff in just a little bit more air. Hold that. And the tension that you have that's like from your uterus and up through your solar plexus, put that into your breath. And just let all that go. Hang on. Good enough. Well done. So go ahead. Feel better?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So now I should read her.
Yeah, I'm going to say something because I think you missed this piece in the conversation, but I want to say this. The only thing that ever gets in the way of being what we call intuitive, which is really just being connected, which is who we already are, is when our ego gets in the way. Ego has a lot of opinions. Okay, any opinion, every opinion you have about yourself or another person or anything comes from ego. And all of that is three-dimensional. And it's not bad that it's three-dimensional, it's just limiting. So it's about including all of that, allowing for all of that, recognizing it's part of what goes along with the experience, whatever, and then allowing what's beyond that as well. Good. Okay.
So now I have to say whatever I feel about Denise?
Anything that you get, and you might get it physically, you might get it emotionally, you might get a thought, you might get an image, like Kirk got the green car so clearly. Okay.
I just see her like as if she is in a swimming pool and she's just trying to swim and ask for help. She's anxious.
You're going to speak to her, not about her, please.
You're anxious, Denise. You're as if you're swimming in a swimming pool and asking for help with your hands. There is something stuck. You want to get out of it. Many questions, Denise. What are you worried about?
Okay, Gavin, now turn this into this, speaking from the I, like I'm getting this and I'm getting that, and what it is that you are perceiving.
I'm receiving that she feels she's stuck.
Mm-hmm.
She's asking for help. And she's anxious. Like in a turbulence. I don't see anything else.
Okay. So we're going to swap. Good. And Denise, you're going to need to unmute to do this. Nan, you're on mute.
I was going to say I've sent her to ask to unmute. You were saying that she's like in turbulence, and you see her screen, you know, she's flickering in and out. It's like there's static around her. It's like all these.
It's amazing because you said that and your eyes were closed, Jolene, and it was very turbulent visually on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. I think it's Denise. I think we can hear you. Hold still.
Yes. Sorry. I had to unmute and do something real quick. So I'm here, I'm present. And what is your name again?
Garin.
Garin. Okay, do you need to do anything to help me get ready to do this?
Yeah, I think so. That would probably be a good idea. Okay. So
do you want me to answer the what Garin said about me being in a swimming pool and can't swim?
We're going to debrief after you go both ways, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So Denise, I think I'm going to say some things to you and then I'm going to work with you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. You can't do it wrong. It's literally impossible to fail at this.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And the one thing that I would say for you is that you are more loved than you know. You are so much more loved than you fear, actually. And the heart, anybody's heart, can be this incredible web of connectedness, like golden threads everywhere in all directions. It can also be a web of fear. And not like a good or a bad or a right choice or wrong choice, but in fact, it is a choice. And you get to define and design your heart. And it's very clear what you desire is for your heart to be the heart that is the love that you know is possible. And in fact, it is.
And so it is.
Breathe that in. And breathe that out. And breathe that in again. And breathe that out. It's not about making it that. It's really that you are already that way. There you go. Okay. From there, go ahead and connect with Garine and just say whatever impressions you get, whether you get them as a thought or a picture or a physical feeling or an emotional feeling, just whatever you get. Just say that out loud.
I'm not seeing any pictures.
I got that. But you do have feelings and you do have thoughts. So go ahead and say them. Trust yourself. Trust yourself.
I feel a little something in my solar plexus and in my power center and something in my heart center.
Okay, good. Can you identify what you're feeling?
Just like a nervousness in my solar plexus.
Okay, good.
Like a fear feeling.
Mm-hmm. Good. Trust that. That's actually right on the money. Keep going.
I feel my like stomach and ribs expanding. I don't know why.
You have one more thing. What is that?
Something around my face. Kind of feeling something around my face.
Can you identify what that is?
No, and I'm not seeing any pictures.
That's okay. It doesn't have to be seen.
Okay. I'm not hearing any audible either.
Okay, it doesn't have to be heard. There are many, many, many different inputs. Okay. Take a deep breath in. Give a deep breath out. There you go. And open your eyes.
Okay.
Okay.
Denise, I'm curious if you felt a color.
Like a magenta color, and at first a green color.
Yeah. I knew you were picking up some colors. It's just like Liora said, you receive information in a lot of different ways. And then that's that trying thing, right? Liora, like, I'm looking for the picture. There's not here, but you've had the sensation. And I think you were perceiving some warm or, some sensations too.
Yeah.
People get envious, like people who are clairvoyant. One of my best friends, we actually say that we're twins. We're the same age. Her name is Linnea, by the way. She's also one of our course leaders. And even her husband, it's almost eerie how much alike we are in lots of oddball ways. And in fact, to the point where people, Kiara's been around this too, actually, they can't remember Linnea versus Liora, so they call both of us Lenora. Anyway, I tend to be
You say Linnea, I say Lenora.
Liora. Linnea she sees energy. I'll be dead in 19 lifetimes from now before I can see with the kind of acuity that this woman sees energetically. Okay. But I hear in spirit. And it's how it goes. Occasionally I'll see something. Occasionally she'll hear something. Sometimes I smell something. Sometimes it's a feeling in the body. Sometimes it's just an emotional feeling. There's no one right way, and none of them are better than the other. They're all functional. And the way to work this, just remember this. Ready? Work what's strong. The rest will come along.
Yeah.
Work what's strong. The rest will come along. So Denise, in this case, if your strength is perceiving colors and feelings in your body, work that. The rest comes, I promise.
It will. Yeah.
Okay. I see like video clips in my sleep of like future events sometimes, like I bring something back, and that kind of thing. And I hear things audibly sometimes, and like in meditation, like we did one yesterday on this show, and I couldn't see the 3 gifts that was brought to me by my ancestor, but I could hear the word that was given, love, and I could hear the colors that were given, yellow, green, and blue, but I couldn't see any gifts.
Okay, so seeing may not be your strength. It was never mine. I'm pretty darn good at it at this point, actually, but that didn't start that way. I went through literally dozens and dozens and dozens of years not seeing anything at all, at all. All right, so let's debrief this. Okay, let's start with Denise, what Gaureen said about you. Do you remember what she said?
Yeah, that I'm like needing to be saved out of a swimming pool.
Right.
And that I was anxious. And I'm an excellent swimmer, by the way. But I am highly anxious right now. Did I lose you?
No, it's perfect.
Okay.
You want to get that as complete validation, right? Yeah. It's just right on the money. It's right on the money. And you are that connected for real.
It's pretty cool.
Emotion, right? The water has different meanings. So even though you might physically be a good swimmer, what Gaureen is picking up is that you have this anxiety in your emotions, right? You're emotionally don't feel like you can keep your head above water, and that there's that and different things.
That is right on the money for me right now.
Yeah. The tumultuousness, which is the word she used, and it's very clear.
Yeah.
Great.
My life is upside down and topsy-turvy and everything else, and I'm just like sitting back saying, okay, well, we can create something different. Meanwhile, I'm talking to the universe to try to create something different to get out of this anxiety.
Okay. Well, okay, Gaureen, well done. And you get to live with this. You can't go, but you can't unhave this, you know? You guys you're not having an inaccurate experience. You're doing this. You actually did this. You are that connected for real. Okay.
I want to hear that.
Okay, let's swap. So
Receive it, Gaureen, right? Receive it.
Thank you. Thank you.
You gotta let this in. This is who you are. It's innately, natively, naturally, breathing in, breathing out. You were born this way, you are this way. It is who you are. Okay.
Yes.
It's really when you get this, it's like, oh my God, it's normal. Like everybody's this way. God did not come down and sprinkle me with any magic fairy dust that you did not also get.
I believe that. And the angels keep telling me to allow, like, and I'm like, I guess I just don't know how to allow enough.
Trying
because I don't see the visions, and I keep trying to do every process to open my third eye more.
Stop trying.
Okay, yeah. Yes, exactly. Trying.
Stop. That's what the angels tell me. Stop trying and start doing and being.
Denise.
Yeah.
Denise.
Yes.
Trying is going to be your ego.
Okay.
And that's all it has, because it can't do it any other way. And that's not really you. Okay, we're going to swap. So, Gaureen, how accurate was Denise?
It was.
Yes.
Yes. Solar plexus, like it's money problems also. It's in financial insecurities more at this time.
Yep.
Yeah. But for the face, I don't know what she was feeling for the face.
I'm going to do a tilt on a few things from what she said. I'm going to do like green, the solar plexus, and the face.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Please.
I'm doing this in a way to translate it only, again, your reading was right on the money. Denise, your reading was right on the money. Okay. Your perception is right on the money. All right. So the solar plexus, that's the seed or the seat of receiving from the universe. And right now, Gaureen, this is a really hard thing apparently for you to do, is just receive from the universe. Is that accurate?
I always give.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense. Denise, are you listening?
Yes. And I'm a giver too, but everything you give, you get back.
This is not the point, Denise.
Okay.
It is about you reading. So we're going to stay on target here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. You also said the color green. The color green is really the belly chakra, not the heart. It is a place of creativity. Okay. Gaureen, you are a highly creative person, and you're not receiving in compensation or energetic balance for the creativity that you give. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay. Denise, you want to listen to this because this was the reading you gave and how this was. Okay. And then the face, I actually got two things on it. One is, well, actually it's a pun. Gaureen, do you always put on a good face? Yes.
I work with the public. So
makeup or attitude?
This is the first time in a year I put a makeup. I was just trying my lipstick on and I'm done YouTube. So Nana, she knows that I don't wear a makeup. Maybe this is the first time she sees me like this with a lipstick.
But it is.
I can't. I'm not seeing you though.
Yeah, Denise can't even see you. She did this without seeing you. Okay. So it's putting on a good face, like being gracious when you don't feel like it, and being kind when you don't feel like it, and being accepting when you're not feeling particularly accepting. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So Denise, right on the money. You get this? It was completely 100%, 110% right on. And you get to live with that. Apologize. For no good reason, even when my phone's not connected, even when my phone is turned off, it still rings through the It is. I just double checked. It's actually turned off.
Well, when we do wacky things to energy, you know that. We get people in 2-3 dimensions in the same room, and just who knows what else. The other thing I
don't want you left out. And the question is, do we want to go a little further? Do we want to go in time a little longer or not?
Does anyone else want to do a reading with each other?
Amy is the only one who hasn't gone yet, but we also have Sandra, Parjana, and Victoria.
Is there any messages for me?
I'll tell you what I saw was the thing on your face was, it was like wearing a mask, and not this, COVID mask, more like the Venetian, masks that cover your whole face. And it's, when she said it's kind of there, to me, it was coming and going. So you're shifting who you are being and who you are willing to let people see. And you're moving out of one identity internally. And so it comes through sometimes, and sometimes it feels, you're wearing, like Liora said, you're wearing that face you're used to wearing. And sometimes you're starting to feel this other part of you come through. It all almost reminds me of like a movie where somebody's becoming another creature, and all of a sudden you see them change a little, and then they go back to being and change a little. But it's a very deep change that it seems like you're in. But there's the not just the fear and anxiety around money, but it's about, there's a lot of deep questions that you're asking right now within. Can I do this? Will it be safe? That, and it's helping you surrender, right? Helping you surrender into who you're here to become. And it's okay. You've done that, and you're ready, and you have everything you need. So it, like everyone else, it's like the old form is melting away. Yeah.
There's a place I'm gonna go to add to this, Gary, and I'm gonna go outside of you for a moment, because I think you'll be able to see it and then take it in for you. So Kirk, can I pick on you for a moment?
Sure.
Thank you. There's a thing that I see that you have been very courageously for a lot of your life, doing things that were quote unquote outside the norm. And yeah, and have had it, it's taken some courage. At some point in your life, you went like, oh, the heck with that, who cares? I'm old enough that I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
But before, it's really clear, and it's very sweet. But before that, there was this, like catching your breath and then doing it anyway. Okay. Is that accurate?
Actually,
100%.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So Gavin, that's the place for you to look at. You can actually use Kirk as an example of actually just saying this might be outside of the norm, and it might be like a hiccup inside of me to do this. But if it's what's true for me, that's what I get to do. This authenticity factor absolutely reigns supreme. It is bigger and more important than anything else.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me is, I want to share whatever I learned from the trauma that I went through with other women that they need help.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that I can be helpful.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find a way how I can do that. But this is my project. And COVID for me was as if like a blessing. I was able to go inside myself and to find truly who I am. Mm-hmm. And I know that all the times that I've been working with people in my coffee shop, it was really, I was doing everything with love, and I was doing it normally. So now I don't want to do that anymore. I want to reach for women and children that they need help.
Okay, I'm just going to tell you what I heard so clearly. Tell your story. Don't color it. Don't dramatize it. Don't make it, more colorful. Just simply tell your story.
Yeah.
That is powerful. It's more than powerful enough.
Yeah. And that's, scary, right? That's part of the fear of being seen and being vulnerable. But this is who you're here to be, and you're going to help and heal so many people by letting them see that.
And I will not stop there. It's like, for me, this is my project. I need the guidance for the way, which way I choose, but I will do it. I will not leave any women cry there if they don't afford to do anything. At least I will be able to do it for them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Amy, did you want to do a reading?
Margan is here. She might do a reading. Margan, what we're doing is pairing up, and you're just receiving and saying whatever you pick up intuitively from the other person. And there's not a test today. That'll be next week. So.
Okay.
Let me see if I can.
I got
Thank
this
you so
chat.
much.
Not sure I'm prepared to
Uh,
meet anyone,
I-
right?
Yeah, I will venture in and give a reading, even though I said I wasn't prepared.
Okay.
Sure.
Excellent. All right. So here, I'm going to do something else with the two of you. Amy, are you on for this?
Yeah, I'm a little apprehensive.
So it's good that the two of you are paired. It's perfect.
Okay.
All right. You ready? Both of you. Just close your eyes. And take in a deep, 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 deep breath all the way to the bottom of your lungs. And just let all that go. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is surround yourself with pure white light. Completely. Limbs, digits, hair, front, back, top, underneath. Just surround yourself with pure white light. And fill yourself with pure white light. Okay, now for each of you, bring your partner into your consciousness. So Amy, you bring in Margan. Margan, you bring in Amy. And just surround, get an image or a feeling or a sense of that partner. And surround your partner with pure white light. And with all of that, make that pure white light, both that's within you and around you and surrounding your partner. Make that light whiter. Make it more vivid, more luminescent, brighter, more brilliantly white. And now create a channel of light connecting the light that surrounds you and the light that surrounds your partner. And make that more vivid and whiter and brighter. Okay, take another deep breath in. Give another deep breath out. And whether you have your eyes open or closed doesn't really matter. Amy, I'm going to have you go first. And Margan, thank you for being game for doing this both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Amy, just whatever you get on Margan. You might feel it, sense it, have a thought. You might know it. You might see something.
Yeah, I'm just feeling a lot of tension in the heart and gut, like really anxious. And I'm not sure if it's me or her. That's where I get confused. I never know the difference.
Okay, trust yourself. Do you remember me talking to Denise? Just trust yourself.
Yep.
There's nobody else out there anyway. It sounds funny, but it's true. There's nobody out there. Really, one. You can only perceive that which you are. You cannot and do not perceive what you're not. It's not possible.
Okay.
So if you can perceive it and you can't tell if it's you or them, the truth is it's both. It can't not be that. So it's
Okay.
not really about differentiating it. So tension around the heart.
Yeah, it's a burning sensation.
Okay.
And conscientious.
Hmm.
I don't know. I feel like I get the word self-image comes to mind, conscientious, burning in the heart. Maybe my inner wisdom is coming in of around self-love, compassion for self, loving self. It's hard. Almost don't want to feel not worthy enough to. There's sadness. My eyes are starting to water. Uncomfortable. Anger. Pulsating through the eyes and right above the jawline, right through here. Heaviness in the cheeks, cheekbones, which is interesting. I like to hear the input on that. Yeah, the burning sensation has come right up to the cheekbones, under the eyes. The word livid comes. But there's a real deep gentleness, I think the heart is so big. Very giving, but my reading is like towards self, but that's not how. Towards others. I don't know, it's intense. I feel like I'm like not being very nice right now.
No, she has an incredible heart for others. She does.
Yeah, and it just inward, it's a whole other story.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
I feel
Breathe.
I feel very that was not, I felt feel like it was very negative, and I'm sorry for that.
It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't at all. And
Okay.
you got to get this. There is no right, no wrong, no good, no bad. There's no negative, positive. It's just, it's all. It's just
Okay.
okay. It's good. Okay, breathe. Breathe that in, breathe it out. Okay, Morgan, you ready?
To read or to respond?
No, to read. We'll respond at the end.
Okay.
Okay.
As I go into the reading, even before I began, when I first saw you, I got an energetic hit between the third and fourth chakras, like right in the stomach area. I can't yet quantify that energy. Then, and I'll go into present time feelings, but I wanted to mention this going in. I felt a lot of energy at the back of my neck on the two sides coming in, and my sense was that those chakras were sources of information for you, and that a lot of guidance comes in that way. And as you were speaking and reading me, I could feel a lot of energy like inside my skull, but at the back of the brain. And it was very, stimulating energy, like this is how intuition comes in. Those tingles that say, hey, here's information, pay attention here, this is really valid. And yogis have a way of putting their shoulders down and kind of lifting their heart so that the higher heart opens. And I'm getting that sensation from you of, yeah, literally, you know, shoulders down and back, heart open. But that's a really important movement. As you were doing the reading, I was feeling a lot of uncomfortableness. I'm going to call it left sciatic stuff in the left hip and all the way down. And as you were saying, I'm having trouble knowing what's mine and what's yours because it felt like my own stuff was being activated. But I'm still getting those sensations. So to move into this present moment, I'm feeling a lot of energy and sensation in my left hand, but it feels like the way you feel when you're kind of numb and on pins and needles, when it feels like your hand or appendage is so much bigger than it is. I don't have names or colors or interpretations for this energy. This is just what I'm noticing. And I'm noticing a kind of a relaxation into my body. A feeling of really being present in a body, as opposed to being, you know, outside the body or dissociating. Being present in present time.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, open your eyes, take a deep breath in, give a deep breath out. Okay. Or again, how did Amy do?
I absolutely do struggle with self-love. And I do love myself most when I'm loving others. And I don't know if that makes me codependent, but that's what I do like to do in the world. And I've been kind of wondering, is it finally time to like get a counseling degree and start to actively work with others? Because I've been very, very reclusive for a very long time, even long before COVID, probably ever since my marriage or even before. I'd say it was really pretty spot on, actually.
There's nothing negative about that. It's just what it is. It was really great. Amy, did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I know Margane very well for many years, and she does have an enormous heart.
Yeah. It was
yeah, lots of what you said was right on. Yeah.
So Amy, you get to live with this.
Oh.
That you are this.
Yeah, I kind of always when I do my coaching, I know the person, I'm very that forward in how I just did it, but coming cold and not building a relationship with Morgana and to say those things, extremely uncomfortable.
I get that.
So glad you did it.
The thing to note is, I'm going to put this out there to everybody. Did it feel like you were receiving a gift when your partner was reading you?
Yes.
Yeah. Wasn't it like that? It's a gift. And the forward would be the opinion from ego that doesn't have anything to do with anything. You just go, this is what I get. Any commentary after that is going to fall into 3 dimensions. Being able to do the reading itself and the reading itself, that's all 4, 6, 9 dimensions.
Can I ask what this meant when I felt you or Nan have any? Actually, I mean, it was really strong, and I was curious. I'm like, what is the cheeks?
Actually, Morgane, you want to say what it is?
No, do you want to?
I can. I can. There's a band that goes all the way around. Where you have lived your life like you have this knowing, You haven't integrated it into your living.
Oh. It's like, and I will add to that, it was like rock solid fuck no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm very blunt with my words when I get this definitive, but I didn't know what it was. But now that you shared, it's like a hell no.
As you go into counseling, Margan?
What? Say it again.
I said, as you go into counseling, which I think is a wonderful step for you to take. Okay. As you go into counseling, the what you have kept separate will actually be incredible to be as a gift for you and for all those who are blessed to be with you.
You know what my take on those feelings were? Had to do with shame.
Mm-hmm.
It was like an identity rooted in shame. Yeah.
I get that. So here's the piece, and we really did talk about this at the beginning. All of these things that you are that are so exquisite and beautiful, these are birthrights. You were born with them. You deserve them. You are them. The beauty you are, the love that you are, the gentleness that you are with others, you deserve that for yourself.
Yay.
That kindness, you're incredibly kind. Oh my God, you're so kind. And I don't know you for a long time like Man does, but I do see you and you have incredible kindness. And there was this, I forgot, you said something, Amy, about organization or something like that. You are way more, you get like super I don't know if you're part of a church or not, but it's like if you were, it would be like you'd be the right person to do like all these details and help people do a bunch of details kind of thing. And that way of being, you deserve that for you. To give like that to you. And to have others give to you like that for you.
Nice.
Okay. That's this band, this separating. I feel like I want to like unlock the band and just take it off. Does that resonate for you?
I think so. I'm not sure who you were talking about, like the organizer and helping people get things done. It's like, that is so not me. The world's most chaotic, disorganized person.
In your own life, but I don't think when it comes to doing things for other people that you are.
Margan is very thoughtful and she has an extremely keen mind, and she's got her mind on many, many, many things, and she's able to process many things at once. That may be what part of what you're picking up.
It is definitely part of what's there, but I really think that when your attention is on somebody else, you're much more organized when you get it done. Is that true?
That's true.
Yeah, that's what I saw. So I'll say it again. You deserve that for yourself.
Thank you.
So Amy, what did you feel?
Yep. Amy, what'd you get out of the reading that Margan did for you?
I laugh because I'm a yoga instructor and I'm always bringing my children to start lifting my heart.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm very present. I've worked on it, but it's something that's starting to come very natural and easy. And I laugh because I no longer can make plans. I'm just like in the moment a lot in this world. So I was a planner and always in control. Now I'm very present in the moment. So that was spot on. But raising kids and family, they're like, Mom, what are we doing? I don't know. What do you want to do? Yeah, the presence in the body, the calmness. The stuff that you were saying before, I was trying to remember because I really laughed and my head wrapped around the whole back, shoulders, lift, heart. I kind of like, oh my gosh. But you were saying other things in the beginning and I can't remember.
There's one thing Morgan said that it was very striking to me about your solar plexus and heart.
Okay.
And in the Kabbalistic system, the Sphirot, which is similar to the chakras, but not the same, those two are actually one energy center. It's called Tiferet, which means beauty. And they are very much one unit with you.
Wow. Thank you.
I think that what Morgan saw when she first came on the call was your apprehension. You said you're kind of apprehending because you were like, I'm going to be doing a reading and I'm going to do it. It's just this little energy right here that was dense.
Yeah, it was very, because I started reading what I will judge and ego come in, the negativity. And I'm like, I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
So it was nerve wracking.
Yeah. For
So
you,
gracious.
the being in the flow and not judging yourself, right? Judging what's coming, judging that the other person will be offended, right? Because there's an agreement in this space. So, yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Morgana.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Thank all you guys for playing. Very wonderful.
You guys did an amazing job. No surprise. You are all that connected. You were born this way. So I'm going to seal this off. I'm actually going to have you go like down quickly and come up quickly. We're just going to do what we did before cognitively. So just close your eyes and take a deep breath in and give a deep breath out. And now as you breathe in pure white light omnidirectionally from every which direction there is, top, bottom, sides, front, back. Breathing pure white light in through all the roundnesses, all the nooks, all the crannies, all the indentations. And then breathe whatever you have going on in you, just breathe it out in whichever direction it goes out. That's the perfect direction for it to go. If it's out the same way it came in, that's great. If it bends, great. If it curves, great. If it does a sharp bend, it's whatever. Breathing in pure white light from every direction and breathing out whatever you are and whoever you are in every direction. You are the pivot. You are the trading post, the bindu. As you breathe in now, actually feel yourself breathing, everybody except Kiara because you're driving, all the way into the bottom of your lungs. Actually deliberately, consciously fill the bottom of your lungs and the backs of your lungs. And now let all that go. Good, well done. And again, breathing in from everywhere, breathing out to everywhere. This time as you breathe in from everywhere, follow your breath in, going deeper and deeper into your own consciousness. Smaller and smaller, more and more eeny weeny tiny, deeper within. And as you breathe out in all directions, allowing and granting yourself to go into the far reaches beyond anything you have imagined before, into the vast expanses of the universe, all the way to the edge of the universe and then beyond that. And as you breathe in from everywhere, filling all of yourself into tinier and tinier particles. And smaller than that. bringing the whole of the universe into you, into even smaller minutiae of yourself. And breathing from the depths within your own exquisite being out into the universe. Filling the universe with yourself is part of what makes our universe whole. All that is includes you. Without you, it is not all. Filling yourself with all that is, the universe, God, whatever way you think of it. Breathing out from your own individual perfection, with all your broken bits and ragged edges, giving all of who you are out into the all that is. Thus do we expand. Thus does the universe itself expand. Your individual, personal being is required for all of us to be whole. Breathe that in, breathe that out. And slowly, gently open your eyes, allowing yourself to simply be exactly as you are, exactly where you are, with an awareness, both within and without. Okay, thank you.
Beautiful. Yummy. Thank you so much, hon.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for setting this up.
Thanks,
Thank everybody
everybody.
here for being part of this. You did make this happen.
Yeah. And it was so expansive. So I'd love it if we all breathed in one more time. And when you sent it out, be like you're giving gifts. Let's just give this sense of connection and expansion to everything and just go out. So breathe in again, and there's more than enough. So it's going to be so much. And now, when you're ready, let it go out into your chair, your room, people in your house, and out through the house and the town, down into the ground, through the waters, up into the sky, going to all the animals like a wave of infinite connection. Whee! All right, so if you have to drive, be very careful.
Ground yourself a little bit before you drive. Like,
Yeah.
all right. I think everybody has a way to be in touch with me. And the gift that was here was taking 20% off of any of our courses.
Yes. Wonderful. Thank you, sweetie.
Because I just tuned in, would you please repeat the website or course information?
Yeah,
it's going to be in all your information.
Okay,
on the page and
Thank
all that. So yeah, you'll get it all.
I'm actually offering to this group my own. The email is actually my email. If you write to me, you will get me. I will answer you.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll give you her email and all that information. Good. Okay, everyone. Well, I'm very floaty and high, and I'm glad that all I have to do is go record something yummy. So I'll just float into my bed and start talking. Thanks again. Thank you, Gareen and Amy, Kirk, and Kier, and Mark-Ann, and Sandra, Denise, Parjana. Oh, we can see you now.
Oh, Farjana, we can see you. Hi.
Wonderful. It's so much fun to play.
Irene, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Yes, thank you
Thank
all.
You.
Everyone on YouTube. Bye bye. Lots of love.
Bye all.